if I want to find the particular solution at this, you should realize this right here is 2, 0. X is 2, y is 0. And for this differential equation. So we're going to take this differential equation and do a separation of variables. Basically, x is to one side, y is to the other. And when you do that, you're going to end up with the y minus 1 moving to the left. So you're going to get 1 minus, oh, this is problem B, 1 over y minus 1, and then the dy is over here, because we're going to divide this over. We're going to multiply the dx this way. You get 1 over x squared dx. So again, we multiplied the dx this way, and we divided the y minus 1 over this way. And then if we want the original equation, which is the particular solution, we now have to integrate both sides. When we integrate both sides, what you'll notice over here, this is going to be a, you have to use substitution, but when you do use substitution here, what's going to happen to this? Is that going to change anything? No. So isn't this ln? When it's anything 1 over u is ln. So this is going to be ln absolute value 1 minus y equals, now the other side is a little bit more complicated because with the x squared, what do we have to worry about with the x? Actually, no. Yeah, that's x to the negative second, right? I'm done. And when you integrate x to the negative second, the integral of x to the negative second is just going to add 1 to that. What do you get? X to the negative 1 over negative 1 plus c. So would that be 1 over x, negative 1 over x? So that's negative 1 over x and then plus c. I like to put the plus c on the right side. Remember, you don't need plus c on both sides because you just kind of put them all to one side. Okay, from there our goal is to get y by itself. Now, to get y by itself, we need to get rid of the ln. So when we get rid of the ln, you can either e both sides, or you could rewrite it. I rewrite it. I tend to do this would be e to the negative 1 over x plus c equals y minus 1. So I rewrite it. Okay, I drop the absolute value basically because this coordinate is kind of on the positive side of the equation. Okay, if you think about it, it's a positive side of the equation, so I'm dealing with positive values. So I can keep this as a positive. If I was on the negative side, that would have to be all negative because absolute value has positive and negative, but we're on the positive side of things basically. It's kind of the easiest way to explain it. And if I want to solve this now, well, I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to add 1 over, and also this plus c, I can change this. It's kind of weird for people, but you can have e to the negative 1 over x times e to the c. Remember, when you have a plus c up here as an exponent, you can separate it into e to the negative 1/2 x, negative 1 over x times e to the c equals y minus 1. And then from there, what's e to the c? E to the c is, we're going to change it to another one, c, but you'll see a lot of times they'll change it to k. So what I'm going to end up with here is e to the negative 1 over x times k equals y minus 1. Now, let's now change this around, and we now have y equals, can I add the 1 over? Put the k in front, add the 1 over, get 1 over, negative 1 over x power, and then plus 1. There's my function. That's my general solution, but that's not my answer. That's my general. How do I find my particular? I'm going to plug in x is 2, y is 0. So when I put 0 here, I have to find k, correct? This is going to be e to the negative 1, and what's x? X is 2 plus 1. So I want to solve this. This is where it could get ugly if you're not good with your exponents and with e's and stuff. But you minus the 1 over, so you have negative 1 equals k e to the negative 1/2. And then, now, this is kind of weird, but if I went k by itself, could I divide by e to the negative 1/2? Could I also multiply by e to the positive negative 1/2? Never mind. If I divide by e to the negative 1/2, there's an easier way if you think of negative powers, but if I divide by that, that's gone. So isn't k now equal to, isn't negative power drop to the front, to top? Don't negative powers drop up? So won't this be negative e to the 1/2? Because won't the negative power drop it up, move it up? It won't drop up, but it moves up. And so you have an equation of y equals negative e to the 1/2 e to the negative 1 over x plus 1. Now, there's your k, there's this. Now, don't those both have the same base? Do you guys see one more step here? If they have the same base, can't we then add the tops? So you can do one more step. This would be y equals, I'll put a negative 1 in front just to get the negative kind of separate. This would be e to the, if you add those, well, won't you just add those? Won't it be 1/2 minus 1 over k plus 1? 1 over